There are going to be bigger tests to come, obviously, for Barcelona, considering Elche just about scraped in to La Liga last season. However, this was an impressive win for Hansi Flick's side. Overall, perfect start, wasn't it, for the German to see his team go out there and do that?
Yeah, exactly. And he started the team with a few new faces after the Gamper last week. Today was a little bit of Xavi Spark in one side, Eric and Bernal involved into the game. Up front, I think that a lot of quality. It was a slow start for Barcelona. I think Elche did a good job with a high line, putting on a bit of pressure, having the ball. Even they have more possession in the first 45 minutes. But then when they ran out of legs and Barcelona started replacing players, it was very difficult to stop. So I think overall it's a great result for Barcelona. A very good start because it shows the depth in this squad. Not only the youngsters, but also the amount of talent that they got.
What in particular will Hansi Flick be happy with today?
I think the attitude of the group that came on the field to start the match, the leadership of Rafinha. I think he's going to enjoy what he saw out of Xavi Sparta on the left-hand side, even though this is more of a central midfielder player, but he's doing a job. And it allows him to then make decisions into the second half. And what he really is going to like is in the second half, the pressure remain. And those that came on the field even put that pressure even higher on Elche. You see the runs in behind from Anthony Gordon, the performance of Fermin Lopez. I thought that actually Pedri coming on the field, even though it comes because of the injury of Gavi, gave this team a presence in the midfield, gave this team rhythm in the midfield. And honestly, if you're looking to start a season, you want to see a lot of good things from your team. And what we saw from Barcelona today is a lot of good things, a lot of things that you can build on, a lot of things that are going to make Hansi Flick happy. And you don't have the same questions that you have from Real Madrid last night. After last night's match with Real Madrid, you kind of go, yeah, they got the win, they got the win, but there are questions. They got the win, but I'm not sure that they have the answers just yet, and Jose Mourinho's got a lot of work to do. If you're Hansi Flick and you watch the performance, especially in the second half, you kind of go, yeah, we got this team lined up where we want it to be. It was a really good start of the season.
We talked a lot about Rafinha when he was injured last season and about how Barcelona aren't the same team without him. That demonstrated and then some today, didn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's a massive difference between a team with him and...
Imagine if you are upset and angry and frustrated in the first game of the season. Well, what happens when you get into November, into December, until the turn into the new year and things become a grind? And your team is winning, by the way. Your team is dominating. Your team is scoring goals. Just because you're not having the best match, it doesn't mean that now everything is just hard work and the shoulders are down. Didn't like the attitude. I did like the leadership of Rafinha, and I assume that conversation is going to continue into the locker room. It's not just here out on the field, and that conversation needs to be had with Lamine Yamal. It's like, listen, you're going to be critical to our success. We don't want any of that body language out there. We don't need any of this sulking out on the field. Do your job just like we're doing our job. We're running for you, run for us, and we're going to be successful together.
Yeah, exactly. It's not about you every single time. You don't have to have the spotlight. You don't have to be the best player. You don't have to pick up the best player of the game every single game. And sometimes we will need some runs. Sometimes you will need a little bit of intensity from you. It's not about you having the ball. It's not about you making the dribble, making the assist, or trying to score in goals. Today, it looked annoyed from the first minute. He was far away. He wasn't even involved. He wasn't tracking back. Barcelona had a few problems in that left side in the first 45 minutes because you got a player very quick and he wasn't tracking back. So, in the end, I think that Hansi Flick put him into the team to allow him to get rhythm of the competition, because he's another player like we've seen Pedri, we've seen other players who has been rested because they are not ready to compete for 90 minutes. And I think that the approach was totally wrong, take it wrong from his side. You have to come here, make a lot of efforts, because this is what you're going to use to the rest of the season. Because you didn't have a preseason. You're not going to have time to get ready, to have physicality but you're 18 and you think that you can cope with everything, and it's not true. Last part of the season from Lamine Yamal, it wasn't the best one. He got injured, so you have to think about that and start learning. That is a learning process. It's a moment for you to work, and the reward will come later.
By the way, the other thing is, talking about, as the boys were, Lamine Yamal, and the little huffiness and the shoulder shrugging and the body language, is that they've signed two tricky wingers, two fast wingers, that if Hansi Flick does want to show him a little lesson, shall we say, and manage the situation, he could leave him out. No, I'm not suggesting those two are not in the same sort of planet as Lamine Yamal when he's on form, but you don't want a scenario where you have the Vinny Jr. scenario at Real Madrid leaking into a teenager who's pretty much won it all, but doesn't understand that there's a managing of a whole season, which is why half the players were on the bench, which is why he was taken off, which is why he may not start every game at the start of this season because of the World Cup, and he has to understand that. But more importantly, you know, as brilliant as he's been, he needs to know that it's not all about him. And beefing up the squad, I think, is part of that. You know, they've got Adeyemi, who wasn't brilliant, particularly in the first half, but got his goal, and Anthony Gordon come on. So they've got people that if Hansi Flick wants to say, do you know what, I just need to trim you down a little bit, then he could do that with Lamine Yamal.
Hold that thought, because Anthony Gordon is with our Gemma Soler speaking right now.
Yes, we're with Anthony Gordon after a great debut. Congratulations on this first official match. 2 assists and feeling very comfortable in this team.
Very comfortable. I think it's very easy to feel comfortable in this team because the guys are amazing people, but more importantly, amazing players. You see the ability for some of the goals, some of the creativity in the team. It makes my job so much more easy because in the end I just have to run in behind and Pedri will find me with the pass.
So almost your first goal, your first ball, you have the chance to shoot, but you decide to give it to Fermin. Why?
I think it's the right decision. I think if Fermin had the ball and I was in his position, I would want him to pass. I think it's the correct football decision. We're a team, it's not about me scoring or Fermin or anybody else. The manager knows I can play there, but it's up to the manager, Deco, and the president to organise the squad, which so far they've done an amazing job.
So tell me your first impressions about sharing a locker room with Lamine Yamal. He was a little bit upset today. What do you think about him, how he's working with him?
Lamine, he's really surprised me because he's so mature for his age. He's so young. He's achieved so much in his career already, but his level of maturity has really surprised me. He's a very inspiring person. He trains well. He's in amazing shape. He's a machine. And like I said, his mindset has really surprised me. I'm very impressed.
One last question. You're going to be playing 3 La Liga games in 8 days, the beginning of the season, a lot of heat. Do you think the team is strong enough at this beginning?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're Barcelona. We have the best players, as always. Like I said before, Deco has done an incredible job of organising the team and getting great players to come to the squad. We still have Rodri, who's not here, the World Cup's best player, Ballon d'Or winner. So we're in an amazing place. We have to just continue.
Just one last one. Are you adapted to the language, to the food, to the Catalan food? Have you tried pam tumaca, truita?
The food here and the life is amazing. I knew this before coming, but I think even more so than I expected. The people really surprised me. The people are so warm. They've welcomed me really, really well. I'm learning Catalan and Spanish, so really difficult. So soon, hopefully, I can do these interviews in Spanish. I can speak Spanish. The problem is to listen to the questions. But soon, give me 1 month and I will be okay.
Felicitats, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you
very much.
He's doing all the right things and he's saying all the right things.
But he does realise he's going out in the United States, so although there's a lot of Spanish speaking here, it's not going to work for me and his nibs and you sat here. Even you that lived in Spain. Man, he was saying all the right things, wasn't he?
He's only been, he just landed in the plane yesterday, didn't he?
He was definitely saying all the right things, but he did all the right things on the pitch.
I think what he said. I think what he said in terms of the decision making. Forget all the Barcelona's great. Deco's the best thing since sliced bread. Lamine Yamal's the most grown-up teenager in the world. Forget all that. I think the one thing that he said was really important was that the decisions that are made in the final third were the right decisions for the team, not for him to look good with the supporters because he got a goal. He's looked better because he's been unselfish. Off the back of talking about Lamine Yamal as we were, being a little bit selfish today, and we've seen that before with this youngster at times, and Hansi Flick has managed it very, very well and will probably continue to do so. But I think what he said there was that he's prepared to play several positions, he's prepared to be the team player, and he's got, you know, that facet of his game that Hansi Flick likes. It's why they've brought the Adeyemis of this world and the Anthony Gordons, who are maybe not the most subtle of players, but they are fast, they work hard, they close down, and they're team players. And that's what has gotten Hansi Flick over the line in a lot of these, and the successful seasons that he's had. So, listen, it's been, as Gemma mentioned, 3 games in 8 days. He will get plenty of game time, but it's a really good start for him in terms of the league, for his confidence coming onto a game and making an impact.
El club decidió que él no se acerque a saludar con sus compañeros a la gente y que la decisión no fue de Julian Alvarez, sino fue del club que tomó la decisión de alejarlo y separarlo para que venga hacia el vestuario.
Luis, what an absolute mess at your old club.
It is sad, to be fair. It is sad. I think that no player deserves a treatment like this one. A little break and then comes on and score a couple of goals and then everyone is happy.
Is everyone going to be happy?
No. Atletico Madrid and Atletico Madrid fans have to understand that if indeed this club is going to achieve important things this season, Julian Alvarez has to be on the field and being a productive player for this team. Because among all the good players that they have, he stands out. He may just be their elite player. And if indeed that's the case, you need him to be productive. You need him to be feeling good about himself. You need him to be confident. I'm going to assume that being booed in your home stadium is not conducive nor ideal for you to feel good about yourself nor your situation. Now, he brought it upon himself in saying what he said because he was trying to push the move. But now, if indeed the move is not going to happen, then it's best for Atletico Madrid, the fans, and Julian Alvarez to move forward. And moving forward cannot include him being booed at home. That is not conducive to success for anybody, for the fans, for the club, for Julian Alvarez, for anybody.
Thank you very much. We thank Luis Garcia. One of the fans came up to him and said, "You're my second favourite ever Liverpool player." Julian Alvarez was number one.
Number one.
And a man who had
from Norway,
who had certainly had more drinks than teeth would not accept the fact that I wasn't Conor Gallagher. But I would definitely take that in the future. Just a reminder, La Liga continues this week. It's Real Madrid against Real Sociedad, their first home game of the season on Wednesday. And then 24 hours later, imagine a great reception for the World Cup winners at the Camp Nou. Barca against Athletic Club. Those matches available on the ESPN app.
Lovely, thank you, Conor.
Hey, by the way, Stevie was just saying to me off camera, you three would make a great back three.
I'm not quite sure what that means.
Well, you're all kind of level. You're all kind of level there, which is telling me it's not the tallest back line I've ever seen.
Tell you what,
but they're mobile.
I'd love to play against any at corners, that's for sure.
Huh? I really want to hear more about the Liverpool fullbacks. That was fascinating.
Yeah, well.
Let's not revisit that. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for all your...
Well, I'm glad you had to hang around.